When we started working on Witcher 3, we thought that we should experiment with some other kind of minigame. There was this card game mentioned in the box called Gwent that the dwarves were playing.
Throughout the Witcher trilogy, there has always been a game within the game. But The Witcher 3 introduced an original game called Gwent. Inspired by collectible card games, this turn-based game of strategy and chance quickly resonated with players.
We actually got a lot of messages from our fans, both to the tech support and comments on YouTube, on Facebook, for Gwent to become a standalone game. They liked it so much within The Witcher that they wanted to play more of it. And we thought, yeah, let's do it, let's try it out.
From its debut in the taverns of The Witcher 3, it proved popular enough to warrant its own standalone multiplayer game. Gwent, the Witcher card game.
That was a good game.
Yeah.
However, in a world as big as The Witcher's, there are many more stories beyond the adventures of Geralt of Rivia, and CD Projekt RED saw Gwent as a completely unique way of telling a brand new tale. What was once intended to be a single-player mode for Gwent grew to become a standalone game in its own right, and Thronebreaker, The Witcher Tales, was born.
Thronebreaker is a RPG game set in the Witcher universe that utilizes card game mechanics to show battles. But of course it still has difficult choices with consequences, interesting characters, and grim and gritty stories.
Thronebreaker tells the tale of Queen Meve, war veteran and ruler of Lyria and Rivia. Faced with the threat of the ruthless Nilfgaardian Empire, the proud leader must again prepare for war.
Meve is such a different character from Geralt. She's a queen of Lyria and Rivia. She is faced with all these different kinds of dilemmas compared to what Geralt had to decide between.
Gwent is only one aspect of Thronebreaker. When Meve isn't battling, she's exploring a painterly world of diverse locations, conversing with a wide cast of new and familiar characters, and recruiting new units for the war ahead.
We first thought about how to build narration in that game, and since it's a simpler game than The Witcher was, it's not fully 3D, we felt that the form of storybook would actually fit in very nicely.
What Thronebreaker shares in common with The Witcher is a sense of genuine consequence. As a queen, Meve's decisions are judged by her subjects and her soldiers, which can completely change the way she is perceived as a ruler. Meve can also recruit companions, her relationship with whom is ever perilous.
So if they disagree with something that Meve did, they will basically leave you. There are situations where they can die, so this is also something to consider. It impacts the way her kingdom will be shaped in the end.
With a story that will take some players over 30 hours to complete, fully voiced narration and dialogue, and gameplay that takes its influences from both The Witcher and Gwent, Thronebreaker on PS4 is an RPG unlike any other.
A lot of people who played the game felt that, they had this syndrome of just one more Gwent battle, just one more dialogue, and it pushes you forward. And I think that in general we want to achieve when we make games. We want players to have fun with it and to want to play more of it.
PlayStation